Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the Studio Rats Live number 81. Believe it or not, we're still here. We've managed it. We've coped, and even my buddy old pal, Mr. Drew's here. Tell him how you've been, Paul.
I haven't been very fruity this past
He's not
week.
been very fruity.
I've got to be honest. No, I tested positive on when was it? Friday.
No, it was before. It must have been before that because I was going to come and see you on Thursday. You must have been Wednesday.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yes,
it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Oh my god, this is so weird. Like everything's going weird. So yes, and yeah, it's been all right actually.
Are you on the right side of it now?
Well, I thought I was. Like the first day, I was like, oh, this is like a flu.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like flu. I mean, I'm sure everyone has different.
Yeah,
well, there are some different reactions. Obviously, other people have had, and and then feeling quite good the next day, and then up and down. Then today's like
the roller coaster of COVID. We are not making light of this in any way, shape, or form. It's very serious for some people. Fortunately, I'm guessing you're vaccinated and boosted and all that sort of stuff.
So my booster, I was supposed to get boosted last Saturday. I was booked in last Saturday, which I had to and now that might be why I've got it. And now
they won't do you for a month because you need
to. Yeah. Which is, but then I guess I'm going to have some sort of antibody.
Yes. So we're not making light of it at all. Fortunately, Paul's on the right side of it. However, for us, we're going to move on. We're going to carry on regardless and do our thing on a Wednesday evening. So, dagnam it. So you've not been up to much then this week?
No, I tried to, but honestly, those times when you go into your workspace, it doesn't have to be a studio, even though this is like, I love it. It's a creative space and all that. You just go and I can't do anything. But I've done lots of practice, which is good.
That's a good thing.
And, doing some practice and just, I've been spending a lot of time looking at amplifiers. Spending time on the old Google webs.
Oh, dangerous.
Looking at videos of people playing and stuff and of different types of amplifiers and different amplifiers. So there's a couple of amplifiers that I'm looking at, but I was supposed to buy one today, but a guy let me down. And I should actually say it was going to be delivered to my house safely, so there wasn't going to be any contact. He was going to leave it outside the door, and he didn't turn up.
Poor, bad form, sir. Bad form.
Really bad. And it was. I was really looking forward to it as well. And I've been doing just spending far too many hours looking at videos of it.
Anywho, I have upgraded my guitar. Well, I haven't. My man Steve Barrett at Guitar Lodge has. Long video, I think you'll agree, for part one. I think it's probably the longest video we've put out on the site.
Yes, one of them. Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed it. I thought you shot it really nicely with all the different cameras and stuff, and that must have taken. Oh, can you get rid of Katuska Sharona? For God's sake, Katuska, it's Christmas. Leave us alone. Jeez.
Bye.
Unbelievable.
So she's no longer my Sharona. There's a my Sharona gag in there somewhere, but I can't. I'm struggling.
What was I talking about?
Video, guitars.
Yeah.
Compliments.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it would do. I mean, it's early days, but I thought it would do a bit better than that.
Part two, obviously, the putting back will go live whenever you fancy
tomorrow,
putting it out.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Cool. And obviously on the end there is a certain amount of audio so you can hear how the guitar sounds. I got it. I didn't play it at Steve's. We put it back together, and because of time and having to get home, I whacked it in the case, got it home, plugged it in, and went, oh, it's another level.
Yeah, I've heard video too. I did think it sounded really good.
Those plugins, those pickups sound awesome.
Do you know what? Yeah, it'd be really interesting now to get it over to compare against my one now, because I've got a feeling I'm going to go, oh, I like those pickups on yours.
They are really fruity. Several people have said, why didn't you do the coil tap? especially when the plugins are plugins,
No,
the pickups are already set up for it. I just thought that was too weird.
It is weird, isn't it? I mean, it is one of those. It is one of those things because it's a 335. You want it to sound like a 335, but I get people's point.
Yeah,
why not make it more versatile?
I just thought it was too weird. I'm kind of tempted to do a similar thing though to my Les Paul because it's only a studio. It's nothing flash.
You'll probably find that I've forgotten what pickups. Well, it depends what age your Les Paul is, but what pickups they put in it. But you'll probably find that those would definitely be an upgrade.
Yeah, I think that would be quite an interesting one. And say they weren't expensive. We're talking like 90 quid for a set of pickups.
Yeah, that's great.
It's not bare knuckle territory where they want probably 250, 300 quid.
I bet overpriced on bare knuckle, definitely.
But you get what you pay for, or in this case, I'm really getting what I pay for because they sound amazing. That guitar has gone from being, well, I used it on a track today for Rex. It sounds amazing.
Oh, great!
It sounds really, really cool. The bridge pickup, which is not normally my favorite on a 335, has just come to life. It's got a really nice sort of oozy twang to it.
Nice,
which is really nice. Other than that, I've been doing tracks, I've been doing videos, and trying to get everything done by tonight. So tomorrow I can actually have a proper day off pre-Christmas, and I'm taking the family to Silverstone, the famous racing circuit, to do the lap of lights. They basically put 30,000 moving lights and lasers around the Silverstone circuit, and you drive through really slowly.
Oh, awesome.
Through each area of Christmas around the track.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And yeah, there is a little bit of me that's doing it for Jake and Lucy, but quite a lot of me's doing it for me, so I can say I've driven Silverstone.
Absolutely.
So anyway, let's dive into some hellos and shouts and all that sort of stuff. So Safey's in the house, Lee Abrams in the house, Stephen James down in sunny Brisbane is in the house. Sorry about the accent. Lake District Ambient Guitars. That's a new one.
I like that name.
I like that one.
That sounds like my sort of business, that does. I like that.
Sounds fantastic. Phil Alley's in the house. K. Michael P. Dave Stockton's in the house. Dave Brooks is in the house. Right side. I'm not sure what that means. Right side. Brainwash.
The right side of COVID. I don't know. The right
Probably.
side. Probably. I don't understand what the brainwash bit is, but
not sure. But hey, we'll go with it. Okay. This I particularly like.
Anderton's made you buy a Roland JC40. See, James is a fan of JCs. I'm not a fan, so that's really interesting. I'd like Lake District Ambient Guitars to come on to tell us why. Actually, ambient guitars, I get it. I get why you'd want a JC40.
Yeah. So I'm going to post the links. So if anybody wants to come on the show, they can do. Just copy those links into a browser, follow it through, add your name and stuff, and you can come on and join us in the show. No pressure, but obviously if you've got a particular question you want to make and it's a bit more involved, or if we've got lost in translation somewhere, do come on and have a bit of fun and get into the Christmas spirit. At this point, I should probably reach over and pretend that I'm drinking something alcoholic.
I'm not going to what I said earlier, but yeah.
So Stephen Adams is in from
you know what, it's like minus God knows what out there at the moment.
It is pretty. It's pretty damn chilly here, I must admit.
Dave McQuillan's in the house. Hi, David. Hope you're doing well. By the way, why aren't we wearing Christmas hats? It's our Christmas show. Is
it? I suppose it is, isn't it? I suppose are we gonna do one next week?
Yeah,
are we doing
Christmas?
No, but are we doing a crimbo limbo?
Yeah, definitely. You're kidding.
All right.
Like,
all right.
Yeah, we need to. This is the way that we get out of doing, like family chores and stuff.
You get out of doing family chores?
Well, on a Wednesday, I'd say, I've got to go and do this.
Blimey. Oh, hello. Rex, you need to fix your camera and stuff because it's not talking to StreamYard properly yet. when
Okay.
it comes to life, we'll carry on.
Let's move on from there until Rex is ready. Ron Siegel says, do you think England has better guitar stores than the US? And hello. That's a really good question. I personally think...
I think there was a time when Denmark Street was actually full of cool guitar shops. There are probably, what, 2 or 3 now on Denmark Street?
The thing that... I think it's the same. I think it's the same. I don't think the things that we don't do in the UK are these big box guitar stores.
Well, we kind of do.
Yeah. We've got guitar, but that doesn't feel like that.
No,
that doesn't feel like that.
We don't really have a Sweetwater. We don't really have... Rex is talking to me now.
We don't have, luckily we don't have Guitar Centre.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... The thing about the UK is we have a lot of small sort of boutique-y...
Sam Ash is quite good in the US for a big store that has a small personal store feel, or at least the couple I've been into. The one in Hollywood's very good, and the one in San Francisco was very good when I was in there. But Guitar Center, it just feels like you're walking into what used to be Digital Village.
Yes, it does feel a bit like that.
It felt like a bit like that. And no offense to anyone who works in Guitar Center, but come on, you can work on your custom services. A hello occasionally might be nice.
I think you're lucky in America. I think you get a much better choice of guitar than we get here.
At this point, I'm going to welcome onto the show the one, the only, the newbie, I think, Lake District Ambient Guitars.
Hey.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, mate.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
We can, yes.
How you doing?
Hello, gents. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Very well.
Not too bad. Yeah.
I trust your name isn't actually Lake.
No. Our name's Andrew.
Good to have you with us. How can we help you out, or is it you just coming on to pass on some season's greetings?
No. Are you going to tell us about the JC?
Oh yes, of course, yes.
Yeah, you can do. So I was after an app. So basically, I was a Deppen guitarist. I lived in the South for 10 years, and I played a lot of corporate events and so on and so on. And I went from traditional amplifiers, and I went 100% digital, 100% digital, because the stuff is when you're playing gigs, and you know this, when you're playing pubs, you're either going to be going upstairs or you're going to get somewhere, and there's no lift.
Yeah.
And I can't afford Sherpas, to be honest, because all the equipment you've got is so heavy. So I went 100% digital. So I started off using the Headrush for quite a while, Headrush pedal board.
Yeah.
But I still like pedals. So I decided to go 100% digital. Now, what I've done now is I've bought Strymons. I've gone back to pedals again.
Yes, good man.
But I wanted an amp that was 100% clean, so I'm going to do some ambient stuff in the lakes next year. And the JC in the Lake District. So I'm down like Keswick and that sort of area and that sort of thing, really.
Nice.
So, and I wanted the JC 120, but it's probably weighs about the size and the weight of a tank.
A small moon, yeah.
So I decided to go for the JC 40, and it's great. One channel, purely clean. Sounds great using. I've got a Moore G300. Sounds great with the Headrush and with Strymon pedals, as well as the amp. It just sounds fantastic. Sounds really, really good.
Is it stereo?
Yes.
It is. Oh, great.
Yeah.
See, I can see that's a good reason to buy. Buy that. Definitely.
I do have two FRFR 108 speakers, which are Headrush speakers, which are pretty good. But you can't beat an amp.
Yeah.
That's what modelers can't do 100% yet. They can't really get the amp sound, I don't think.
It's funny, as much as we've, Paul and I between us have tried most of the kind of digitally floorboardy type things. We both thought that the Quad Cortex was going to be the answer, but it really wasn't. Hence, the fact that you're about to drop a small fortune on something with valves and glassware in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, really funny. is that I did exactly the same as you. I started doing gigs and then thought, why am I carrying all this stuff? And went down to, I started off with, I even used to take out a laptop, and James used to take out a laptop and a guitar rig with the little guitar rig interface with the pedal on it. I used to take that out. Then I went on to like pods and taking out pods and pods XTs and all that sort of stuff. And went to Kempers and all that sort of stuff. And every single gig that I did, I never enjoyed it. And you just go, and what's the point? What's the point in doing a gig just to make it slightly easier for yourself, that you don't have to take all this stuff upstairs or whatever, when you're actually not enjoying the gig? The whole point that we do this is because we enjoy playing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what an amp does.
Exactly. Well, say, I'd be interested at how you get on with the JC40, because I've been on about a JC120, and as you say, they do weigh about the same as a small Planet. So the idea of they do a JC20 as well, a tiny little thing.
22, I think it is. I think it's something like an 8-inch or 7-inch speaker, whereas the 40 has a 10-inch, two 10-inch speakers.
2 10s, yeah. At least that's it's a variation in cabinet size for what I've already got.
Yeah,
and it's a decent giggable size, and say not going to take your shoulder off every time you're trying to lift the thing.
I mean, I liked it as well because Andy Summers used one for a long time, probably still uses it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I loved the Police back in the 80s and early 70s, late 70s. Yeah,
they do a JC 240 as well, don't they?
240. Yeah,
they do a 4x12 model.
Oh my god, that's got.
And I bet that weighs the same as a Sun.
Probably get their own. I imagine I could probably get that on Bruce Dickinson's plane.
Oh, nice one, mate. Will you enjoy that?
Yes.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, I'll check back and let you know how I get on.
Definitely.
Please do. Yeah, please do. Yeah, definitely.
Well, have a great Christmas and festive season and all that, and all the best for 2022, as we'll be in a few weeks. That sounds
nice
scary.
to meet you. This is the first time I've normally when I watch these, it's probably about 2 days after they've been streamed.
Right.
Well, this is the first time for me, so it's nice to actually meet both of you, and hope you have a nice Christmas.
Oh,
thank you very much.
And if you want to feel upbeat, just buy the new Adele album. Okay, see you, chap. See you soon.
Take care, mate. Thanks.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming on.
Right, where are we?
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
We were here, so I'm going to go with yet another new name.
Boomer Benz, eating from New Jersey. New Jersey.
Nice.
I'm guessing that's New Jersey.
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome.
Keith Axel's in the house.
Hi, Keith, how you doing? Hope you're well. Hope everything's going okay.
Here's one.
Phil McNally says, I think the new Sheratons are coil tapped. Well, that's interesting.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
I'm still not going to do it.
Well, you could, but the thing is, you could at a later date.
Yes.
It's a bit of a pain now. He's had all the bits out.
However, though, what's interesting is now he's done it, and now I've seen him do it. It wouldn't scare me to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The thing is, the thing I find with a lot of coil tap guitars is that the idea is great,
and you never use it.
You never use it because they don't sound very good.
Yeah.
Tap always sound thin and weedy. So I think you've done the right thing. I think you've done the right thing.
Yeah.
Like things like with the PRSs when they add the coils and stuff, that's different. Yeah, that's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Rex says, lasers, just like Baby Jesus used. Ian G says, hi guys, jamming on new DSP Petrucci plugin and enjoying my new favorite live show. Do you guys like Andy Timmons playing and phrasing? God, do I like Andy Timmons playing and phrasing? So what what live show are you watching? It's a joke. It's a joke, James.
And I thought, no, don't bite.
No, cheers, Ian. Yeah, that's great, mate. Yeah, funny enough, I'm talking. That's one of the things, because if you watch our usual show, we talk about new gear that's come out, and I'm just looking on the news, and I'm sure Yes, it is. Yeah, the DSP Petrucci plugin is on there. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Huh?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
we will. Promise.
awesome. Palo Alto says, Greg from Palo Alto, California. Hi, gang. Oh, hello, mate.
Great to have you with us. Another new name.
California, nice. Hi, David. How you doing?
I so want to be going there in January.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, mate? It would be nice. Jeff Rock says, evening, fellas. Rocking up late. Been shopping. I'll make guitar shopping, I hope. I saw you, or I heard your name on that pedal show. I think it was your name, Jeff. On that pedal show this week. So your loyalties need to be corrected a little bit.
Well, no. There is more than enough space on the internet for 2 shows.
Absolutely. No
absolutely. More.
Hey,
no more.
I love it. I love that pedal show. So good. They've got some gear, haven't they?
They have got some toys.
Duncan Mitchell, Paul, when you did the why are there only overdrives and compressors on my pedal board? What amp are you using? That Keeley compressor sounded amazing. Merry Christmas. Cheers, Duncan. That would have been probably my divided by 13.
That does sound good, that amp.
That's a good amp, that. It's a good amp.
It's a very nice sounding amp.
That's my other option. Do I go and get a divided by 13 combo?
No, because you've already got that flavour.
But the thing about my divided by 13 is that this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why an amp company doesn't do one. I understand why they wouldn't put a reverb on an amp.
Yeah,
I get that because whatever. But then why not put an effects loop in the amp?
That's the same problem I've got with the Chandler. No loop.
Oh, that's got no loop either.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. So when you take that along to a gig, I've got to run everything into the front of that amp, and it's great for the studio because I can mic it up or I can run it through a
load box that's got
and then add the effects afterwards. Yeah. But I mean, it's an incredible sounding amp. I know that actually I can, if I did order a divided by 13, which I could do, they do I can order an effects loop to go inside it.
But still. No, go the route, because that's, to me, that's the amp you don't have.
It's about double the price though.
Yeah, but you've sold a gazillion amps.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right. So okay, maybe we can ask the communitar.
Oh, it's dangerous spending your money for you.
So we sort of did this. We sort of did this last week. We sort of talked about this last week, but I would actually like some advice. Has anyone had any experience with 1 2-rock amps and 2 matchless amps?
There you go. That's where you're shopping.
They're the 2 amps, and there's that second-hand one, James. The second-hand matches that's over in the Isle of Wight at the moment.
Right. I was a little bit tempted by that Gold Digger. The
I say she's a gold digger.
No, the one we played at Guitar. Goldfinger, not Gold Digger. That was a beautiful amp.
But did you see? I sent you.
I know you did. I was kind of.
Oh, mate, that's an amp. Now that is an amp you should get. That is a cracking.
But it's a plexi, isn't it? It's a mother
Marshall Super Lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that sort of, yes, but it's the thing about that is it's got the switch on it. So I think it's got 68. It's got the 68 switch.
Yeah.
73 or 77 switch. I can't remember which one. And then the 81 switch.
Yeah.
So basically, you've got your different areas of Marshalls in there.
Yes.
You've got JCM 800 on the 80 switch.
That's a lot of money, though. It's a lot of money.
It's very good. Is it? I mean, yes, it is a lot of money.
You buy it then.
Well, I know, but I'm saving up for
the ultimate amp. I don't need any more amps. I don't need any more amps right now.
No, fair enough.
I do need a Fender style amp. But hey, we'll come back to that later.
Okay. Andy Guitar Live says, "Evening, all. Your show was my YouTube discovery of the year." Oh, cheers, mate.
So the nicest things.
that is very nice. Aristotle's Dukas says you can find vintage guitars in the USA if you like them. Yes, it's true. I think there's definitely more choice of vintage guitars, and also I still think there's that chance of finding like an attic.
Yeah, what they call a barn find.
Yeah, barn find. Yeah, in the UK that's impossible. Well, it's next to impossible, isn't it?
They do happen. I mean, this is going back a long time.
Right.
I was very little, and my dad took me along to I suppose you call them a bankruptcy sale. You know, when like it's basically they put stuff in the corner of a room and say everything there for X amount of money, and you bid on it, a bit like a storage unit type thing. You can't see what you're buying.
Oh, okay.
They piled all this stuff up, and we needed some cable for something, and Dad said this is a really good way of getting it, and there was like drums and drums and drums of cable and like piles of metalwork and stuff. And as we dug through the metalwork, underneath was a Gibson guitar case, and in there was a 335 cherry red.
No,
cherry red 335. That was my dad's guitar for forever.
Where is it now?
Oh, he's got it still.
Your dad's got like an old 335.
Yeah.
How old?
Probably significant chunks of a family holiday old.
Yeah, but so was it old when he found it?
Yes.
It's a vintage one.
Yes, and it's that was 30 years ago.
Why don't you just say to your dad, look, Dad, look,
because
that guitar's getting a bit old now.
No, there are some things. I know it's my inheritance, and I'm prepared to wait.
No. I wasn't even saying it for that reason. I was going to say, just say, look, Dad, that guitar's getting a bit old. It's not playing that well anymore. How about I buy you a new one?
He's not stupid.
Damn. God, that could be a little peach.
The thing is, he laughs because his violin is worth significantly more than the guitar.
Wow.
Like house territory.
Wow.
Yeah. But he is a professional. He was a professional violinist. So,
sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that one day.
Case O'Donnell says, Merry Christmas from Portland, Oregon. Is that
Oregon? Yeah.
Any experience with the THR 100? Any power tube type settings you found particularly good? Have a Katana head and a THR 100, and how to optimize a wet dry setup.
I've never. THR's the Yamaha stuff, isn't it?
It is, yes.
I always think it looks a bit pony, but everyone says it sounds great.
Yeah, to be honest, Casey, and Merry Christmas to you as well. I've never tried one.
No, me neither.
But let's have a think. A wet dry setup. How to optimize it? What would I use? Well, I think what I would do, I would decide what you like, the drive tones or the actual tone of the amplifier, which one you prefer, either the Yamaha or the Katana, and then use that as your dry, and then the other one you use as your wet. Unless you just want to run a stereo system, which then you can have both systems running, but it gets complicated with MIDI switching. But you've got the head,
yeah.
So you've got MIDI. You could do that.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to go wet dry just because it's a slight variation on the theme.
Yeah, I think it'd be much easier to set up than having to go into the effects of the different.
Yes, stuff. Yeah, that would be quite a challenge, but not impossible.
No,
but not something with. Maybe we'll try and blag one. Yamaha. Who do we like? Yamaha still. I'll see if I can have a word.
Nice.
I can find us one for next year.
Yeah, let us know how you get on, Casey, or any more questions. Be very happy to help. Lee Abraham said, Sire T7 was a no-go. It's back in Anderton's stockroom.
Oh,
I thought, why is that?
I thought that was a winner. It looked beautiful.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Lee, come and tell us why that was a no-go.
Or if you don't fancy coming on, just send us
a message, yeah.
Happy Me says, good evening and Merry Christmas, chaps. Cheers,
and
mate.
It says,
long live the JC120.
I think the JC120 is a bit like a cockroach. It'll survive a nuclear winter.
I think it would. It looks like it would as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jeff Rock says, I remember Sound Control annoying hundreds of guitars, 2 dusty lefty squires. I was after a Burns Brian May once, asked if they could get the lefty. No, but can you turn strings? No, but can turn strings around you for free. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Another thing we're talking about today.
Okay, yeah, we're getting there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Calm. We'll get there.
Good shout though, mate. Farid Hempatpour. Evening, everyone. Evening, Farid. Phil McNally says, Paul James looking at a 1073 clone. Do you have any thoughts on the Warm Audio WA73 EQ, or would you say bite the bullet and go for something like the BAE? Don't do anything. So where are you based?
I think he's UK.
I think so.
Okay, so first things first, the Warm WA73 EQ is awesome.
Yeah.
It is very, very cool. The only thing I would say about it is if you were to buy one, you have to work the pots in. They will feel really, really stiff for about a week, and then you'll go and you'll work them in, and then about an hour they'll feel really stiff again, and work them in a bit more. That will improve. It not only improves the feel and the use of the thing, it improves them sonically as well. I have no idea why or how. I think you wear the tracks in on the pots.
Yeah, I think the thing about we thought the Warm WA73 sounded good. We just felt a little bit, the components weren't quite as good, but then they start to wear themselves in. I don't know what the longevity of that stuff is though.
But it was bizarre how we went, hang on, this is getting better and sounding better the more you wear it in.
I tell you what I've got. Oh, actually, 73. Oh, it's the EQ.
Yeah, the 1073 EQ is the one you rack.
So I was going to say, because I've got a couple of units that I'm selling. I've got a couple of 500 series that I'm selling. I've got a Phoenix Audio, which is a 1073, which is a really good preamp, and I've got the Mag EQ4, which is really good. I don't know why.
I haven't got my 500 series out at the moment because it's in storage because of moving. But I've got a 1073B, which is the 500 series, which sounds great. Yeah. But the one I'm using the most is I've got the 8-channel version, the Neve 1073 OPX, and God, they sound good. They really, really sound great. The Warm stuff sounds very good. No one's been brave enough to put Warm and Neve against each other yet, because to say there was a bit of a falling out between Neve and Warm over those designs, for obvious reasons, was an understatement. The solicitors' emails were hot backwards and forwards, and I don't entirely think it's been resolved, but the Warm stuff is great. If you could run to the real thing, probably not enough in it to warrant the extra money, if I'm honest.
Or you could buy one of my second-hand units.
But that's 500 series. You might not have a 500 series lunchbox thing.
I would have thought if he's looking at 1073.
No, because the Warm 1073 is a one U rack.
And Neve do a rack as well, don't they?
They do, yes.
Okay, well, I'm sending my 500 series rack as well. So.
Okay, we are being joined by the one, the only Mr. Lee Abraham.
Lee, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad, thanks.
Good. What happened? Come on.
You're gonna think ill of me. You're gonna think I'm a bad person.
It's Christmas. We wouldn't feel bad on anybody.
Okay, so I can say this fairly comfortably now because the guitar's been returned and the money has been forthcoming. But I did a gig with it, and first thing, it was really, really heavy. And I know that sounds like a really, really feeble excuse because I'm quite a chunky guy, so I should be able to easily have a weighty guitar hang off my shoulder. But it was at the end of the 3-hour gig, my shoulder was really aching. I'm not used to a guitar quite that heavy. the next thing about it was I changed the strings on it just before the gig, as I would normally do. And because I know I was making great play of the fact that it didn't have a string tree. And so that meant that the break angle over the nut wasn't quite enough. I don't know quite how it felt like there were 10. I used 10s. It felt like there were 10s on there when I got it out the box. So obviously I put 10s on it, and the top E, the break angle, just wasn't quite. It wasn't resonating enough when you plucked an open string,
right?
Which is obviously a break angle issue. Because obviously when I bent the string behind the nut, it sounded all right. So I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to sort out that. I'm going to have to maybe take it to a tech that I know to maybe try and sort out the nut. He's going to try and convince me to put a string tree on it because that would just sort out all the problems. Anyway, I kind of fixed it myself by just sort of I even got to the stage where I was just running a piece of paper through the slot because I thought there might be something in the nut slot. I did the gig with it. Of course, all of these things are then on your mind then. I don't like this. I don't like that. The trem arm grub screw kept on doing itself throughout the gig, which pissed me off. Yeah. Sorry, I did.
No, it's
a swear word. So that really hacked me off. And then just generally, I didn't think that. I mean, I know I only use digital gear through an FR, but I just didn't think it was poking through the band mix very well.
Does happen.
So all of those things considered, I thought I'd exercise my consumer rights.
What's the guitar you normally use?
So I have been gigging quite a lot with the Harley Benton Fusion that I've got.
Is that twin humbuckers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say humbuckers might be your issue because I always find that. Yeah, I mean personally, I always find that single coils cut through the mix a bit better. But
yeah, well, since I've bought a couple of tellies recently as well in the last sort of 6 months as well, and when I've used those for gigs, they've cut through really nicely as well. In fact, my standard player Fender telly, the £500 job, it cuts through so well. It's almost got like an angry sound to it. It cuts through the mix really nicely. But I did, and then I had 2 gigs last weekend. I did Friday with the Sire, and then I did because I fixed the jet.
Yes, you said yes.
So on the Sunday, I used the jet, and this was fantastic.
Really?
And it's fantastic now. It holds tune. You can go nuts on the trem, and it's fine.
And it's £159 guitar.
Yeah, this was the £159 special. Yeah.
So what Lee did, James, was he lubed his nut and pulled it out. No. I know. I understand. Yeah, and that works a treat. That's great.
Can I ask a sensible question? And I should know, but why do we have an aversion to string trees?
I think they just cause too much friction. In my experience, I don't know whether I've just come across a succession of naff string trees, but with a friction problem, I've noticed it a few times. It's been the string tree.
Right.
And then for a little while, I got fixated on Sirs. And of course, Sirs don't use string trees at all. And I thought, that's the way to go, surely.
Yeah.
Why can't they just shave off a bit more of the headstock wood, make the angle a bit deeper, and just not have a string tree?
Yeah. I'm looking at.
I'm just trying to think. My Strat's got one. No,
it doesn't. It never bothers me, to be honest.
No.
I've got.
Yes, it has. It's got one. My Strat Ultra's got
between the B and the top E, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Strats normally do. Yeah. Strats normally do.
I mean, but I have been using graphite ones recently, and they're good. So perhaps I ought to just get over that. And I put a graphite one on the Jet. So
let's have a look. There it is. Yeah, I've got some of them. What are they called? Those ones?
Tusk
ones. Okay. Yeah. I've got
also a good album by Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. So apologies to all those people that were taken in maybe by me going overboard about the Sire last week.
it was certainly a pretty guitar.
Yeah, but don't you find this? You buy something, you get it home, you play with it for half an hour, and you think, oh God, this is amazing. this is really good. I love this, you know. And your wife says, "Oh, how's the new guitar then?" And you go, "Oh, it's amazing. It's brilliant. It's the guitar I've always wanted." And then, you know, you maybe record with it or do a gig with it or take it to a rehearsal or something. And that's when you start to find the niggles and the bits that you don't like.
Yeah.
I think, I must admit, I did some recording this morning, and I used obviously my two latest guitar acquisitions are with Steve, the Dan Electro, which I really could have done with today, and the Thin Line.
Right.
But I used the Jag and the 12 string today. The first time that's come out on a recording. And the Jag just sounded absolutely perfect for that kind of 60s twang thing we were doing. Absolutely bang on the money.
Nice.
And the 12 string, I thought, I'll try this. It might work. Played it badly, listened to it in the mix, and went, oh, actually, I really like that. It just did a really nice thing. So I'm quite happy currently with my guitar, my auction purchases, and I'm looking forward to in the new year getting the Thin Line and the rather crazy plastic Dan Electro back.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Cool. Well,
you know what, Lee? I don't think that's such a bad thing. I think you've exercised your consumer rights, as you say. You sent back the guitar and you found, a guitar, a really reasonably priced guitar that sounds great. Perfect.
Well, before I say goodbye, can I just ask you one more question?
Yes, mate.
It might sound a bit cheeky because I'm obviously jumping in ahead of everyone who's on the chat line, but
hey, you came on.
I just wondered what your opinion was. So you can obviously, I mean, you guys know that I use a Boss GT1 when I go out and play live, so it's all digital into an FRFR. I was just wondering what your thoughts were about using a proper valve analog pedal, something like a Victory V4, like they do their Countess and their Kraken pedals.
Yeah.
And then running that into some kind of multi-effects which has got IRs at the end of the chain and running that into an FRFR. How much of an improvement do you think that is over an all-digital unit? And secondly, do you think using a cab IR on the end of that sort of chain is a bit pointless, really, because you're converting that nice valve analog generated signal into digital anyway?
So, as far as I know, with the Victories, do they have? I'm trying to.
Diodes, all glass.
It's all glass in there. Okay. Does it have an effects loop on the pedal?
No.
Is it just an in and an out?
Yeah, it's got a complicated thing where you can hook it up to an amp, so you can use either the pedal or the amp's preamp section.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay, so I mean, I think it's worth a go. I definitely think it's worth a go. Personally, there is a difference between a valve unit, be it preamp, be it a power amp, whatever, and digital stuff, especially something like the GT1. Even though the GT1 sounds fantastic, it's designed with a budget in mind. I would definitely I'd like to give it a go. The only thing that I would say is that the GT1, can you turn off? I'm trying to remember. Can you turn off the preamp section in the GT1?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but it turns off the cab. That's the only thing.
It turns the cab off as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd have to use something like I don't know, maybe get a Line 6 HX Stomp or something. So you could run, say, the Victory pedal into the Stomp. So the Stomp's doing all of your delays, reverbs, and boosts and stuff, and then cab IR on the end. But the Victory, for instance, is your front end.
Do you use two FRFRs or just one?
One.
Do you know what I would do? I would honestly think about just get rid of that gear. If you like Boss stuff, which I think is fantastic, go and buy a Katana 100 with an effects loop, and then use that with the Katana with the effects loop. You get better effects than you do than you get inside the GT1. Then you can run it as you want, because then you can run your valve preamp into the send return of the of the Katana and then use it as that pedal was designed to do.
What's the speaker in the Katana? Is it full range or is it an actual guitar?
No, it's an actual guitar speaker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then you're getting, because the thing about your GT1, if you're doing that, I think, as you say, it's going to bypass your preamp and your speaker emulation. I think that's what the problem is with that.
Then all you need to do then is get one of those metal legs like you used to have on a Fender Twin and kick it back in front of you. That way you've got your FR in front of you, but it's not an FR because it's your guitar cab rather than having it behind you.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm really liking at the moment. I mean, when you could obviously do fly dates, I was doing fly dates as well. So the something pedal board based was fantastic. To just turn up and just plug in.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking about some kind of valve pedal. But yeah, James, you're right. Also, the FR you can just kick back and it's like a monitor. It's just fantastic. Yeah.
The old Katanas used to have those kickstands on them.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they took them off.
Those Line 6 power cabs have as well, but they look really flimsy. They don't look as though they take much to topple it over.
No, they're all right. I had one. I had one for a while, and unfortunately, I didn't use it. But no, they're actually quite chunky.
Oh, okay.
And those, yes, they do. I didn't notice any problems. I did try it a couple of times, but yes, I didn't gig it, so I wouldn't know, how it would hold up.
Yeah. And actually, Paul, in your hunt for a new amp, I know you're looking at matchless and stuff like that, but have you considered any of the clean Victory stuff?
Yes. So I did. I looked at the Duchess. Is that the cream one?
Yeah, the cream one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. They're actually not. And the thing that I like about that is they have tremolo circuits built in on the bigger heads.
Thing is, Lee, he is a snob. He is a guitar snob.
Yeah, but it's Martin Kidd designed, and he's Cornford, so it's pretty good heritage.
No. I mean, I've got that. You can see over there. There's a Victory V50 over there that I'm selling as well. Actually, I'm selling.
Basically, tonight is Paul is selling stuff.
Well, I am. I'm selling to get the ultimate amp. I'm trying to sell to get the ultimate amp. No, I think Victory stuff's really good.
Yeah.
I just think I've reached the point where I've had those sort of amplifiers, those sort of, like the professional, really the Victory stuff's fantastic. Like Mezza Boogie stuff, I've got like a Boogie down there, all fantastic, and they're all high end, but there's something about like a Matchless or a Two Rock, and it might not sound any better. But it's like having it's like our old thing about the a 335 and an Epiphone.
Yeah,
it's a snobbery and it's rubbish, and I don't know why I get involved in it, but
it's a terrible affliction. We have to get rid of it one day.
It is.
No, he'll never get rid of it. When you wait, he'll have sold off all his stuff. He'll have got what he calls the ultimate guitar collection behind him. Then in 6 months' time, he'll start to get itchy fingers.
Well, it's good for the channel, though. It's good for videos.
Any excuse.
The trouble is, he's going to end up selling everything he owns, including his house, and he'll end up living under a bridge. But he'll have the biggest guitar and amp collection you've ever seen.
It's all you need. It's all you need.
Because as we all know, when your wife asks how many guitars do you need, the answer is always one more.
Always on one.
As long as it's a jet.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, chaps. I'll bid you good evening and great show as always, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas, Lee.
Merry Christmas. Thanks, mate. Take care.
Take care, buddy. Oh, this is great. Everyone's popping on and saying hi and stuff. Fantastic stuff.
We like this.
Right, let's get into some more questions.
Paul Taylor says, Merry Christmas from West Cumbria. Just up the road from the Lake District. Lovely, jubbly, ambient guitars. Last day of COVID isolation tomorrow. Oh, you lucky bugger. Nice one. What's that? What's that amp he's got there? Freshies? I don't know what that is. I like that. Good luck, Paul. My taste is gradually returning. Oh, brilliant. Do you know that funny thing about that taste? Like one day it was perfect. Like I've had like a couple of hours in a day where I couldn't taste anything.
Yeah, because for a while you were saying that Ibanez was all you wanted to play.
No, tasty. Aristotle Dukas says Yamaha had a great Pacifica model where the humbucker in the bridge was made out of 2 real single coils that you could cold tap, and voila, it sounded like a great single coil or like a humbucker. Oh, that's brilliant. Why don't more people do that? I haven't seen that. That sounds great.
That was a long time ago in those ones.
Happy Me says, hi James, how do you record acoustic, electroacoustic guitars in the studio? Is it a DI box or acoustic preamp pedal or with a mic?
All of the above, if I'm honest. Where is it? I have got, and I haven't got it to hand, and I can't really go running because I'm attached. I've got a really cool radial preamp box called a PZ Pre, which is an amazing front end. I bought it actually for live acoustic guitar recordings because it will do. You can have one feed off to the desk, one feed to me, just in this box. But it's a really, really nice preamp for acoustics that have got a piezo, or like my Eggle guitar has got a mic inside it. Really, really nice. It's like a passive mic pickup. Sounds great. But to be honest, there is a video out there of Paul and I doing a head-to-head using this baby, the Myberg M1 mic. You can't see it. It's up out. It's up.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. Myberg M1. Probably the greatest acoustic guitar mic I've ever put in front of a guitar. Sounded amazing. And we had to do nothing to it to make it great. So, yeah, depending on the scenario, if I've got to put a whole band in and I want to capture the acoustic guitar, yes, I will probably not bother about a mic. I'll just put the DI box, this PZ Pre. It's called a PZ Pre by Radial into the acoustic, and then I'll worry about it later on because if you put a mic on an acoustic and there's the rest of the band playing, you're going to get more of rest of band than you are of the acoustic. But in an ideal world where I've got just some isolation, nice and quiet, that thing about sort of 15th fret up a bit, pointing down a bit, sounds amazing.
Yeah, good shout.
And there is a video on us recording acoustic guitars with that mic. I can't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure you can find it. There you go.
Lim Peacock says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Jeff Rock, I was mentioned on TPS, that pedal show. I was first in the chat that day, 2 hours early. This working from home is a killer. Oh, nice one. always. David Bro says, go matches. Can I just show one thing? I don't know if it's going to work, actually, but I've got, there's a video that came through. So the company that are selling, which is basically the distributors.
Yeah.
Of
Matchless in the UK,
sent me a video of oh my god, my brain is going. Chris Buck playing through the actual amp that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking because Chris Buck's played through it, he's put some magic in it that maybe I'm going to be able to play like Chris Buck. But should I show you the video?
Go on.
Okay, do that. It does sound fantastic.
I'll need. Yeah, are you gonna? I need to add it.
Are we going to? Are you going to be able to hear this? I don't know.
Yes, because I should hear it from you.
Okay. I'll turn it up a bit and push.
It's going to really break the internet.
I listen to the way he plays. He's so good. He's so good. What more do you want?
That's just probably the most beautiful sound I've ever heard today.
Yeah, I know, but he could plug into like a fart and he'd still sound good.
There is that. That's the thing, isn't it?
So good.
It's all in these, baby. How many times do we have to say it?
He's such a great player.
Anywho,
good. Tubelistic says, thanks for yesterday's 335 pickup swap video. Brilliant reference and perfect timing before the holiday break as I'm building up for doing the same. Oh, nice one.
Glad our timing was good. That was a good day with Steve. And the second part is there's some good tips and tricks in the second part.
K. Michael P says, James, stick with Florida. 40 degrees Fahrenheit in San Diego yesterday and 46 in San Francisco. Jeez. Here, Sebastian, 78 Fahrenheit. 22
degrees C.
Overrated there.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds. I like that. I like the idea of that.
That's a nice temperature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keith Axtell, James, the Bogner I love is a 20th anniversary Shiva. Nice, yeah.
I would like a Bogner. There is definitely a. I want the ecstasy though, because I want that Steve Lukather sound.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. The Shiva's a good amp though.
Yeah.
Lake District ambient guitar says, how much would that be? What are we talking? Do you think we're talking about the matchless?
That matchless, yeah.
Oh,
it's a lot of pennies, isn't it?
It's a lot of it's bonkersly expensive. Put it this way, I think it's probably worth more than my car.
But I've seen what you drive.
Fair dues. Bruce Brooks, James, still think you should have done coil tapping on 335. If it were a Gibson, I would not have modified it, but for an Epi, I think it would have added to the value. Excellent. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, good point. Well made. But I'd say if it was my number one guitar and I was playing it like, say that it does need a refret, but it doesn't need it badly. And if in 2 years' time I find I've played it a lot and the frets are really, really worn, I'll probably do it. And at that time, it's probably the time to go, do you know what? Let's mess around with it and have some fun and put taps on, etc., etc. But it still won't be a real 335. So I've just left it alone. And, you know, it has improved the guitar a massive amount. It will only be a studio guitar now. I'll never gig that guitar again. So, yeah, it sounds amazing. And you'll hear it in tomorrow's video. You're just going to go, you can't do the A-B comparison, but certainly I think once we get back to Paul's in the new year, when he's lurgy free,
we'll compare against.
Yeah. I think you'll be suitably impressed with those pickups.
Yes, I think we will be.
Mm.
They sound very nice.
Good.
Gal7615, great show, guys. Learned so much. Any chance of Katana version 1 patches, please? There's some on the website actually. Gal7615. Yeah. I think I've done 2 sets of Katana version 1 patches.
So that's the studiorats.net, and you can look at our downloads page. Yeah.
Downloads page, yes. Jeff Rock says, few and far between the bar finds. Modern equivalence is the eBay badvert.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't, you know, I picked up that Soldano for next to nothing. Do you remember that little Soldano that what was it called? The Astroverb.
That was a great little amp.
Why did I sell that?
I thought that at the time.
I'm such an idiot.
You really are sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't sell stuff, mate. Don't sell stuff.
But I have to sell stuff to get the next things.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate. If you we'll come to this in a sec. But
okay. Lake District Ambient Guitar says I have the Sire S7.
Yeah, same one.
Is that this one? Is that the same one?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I think so. Phil McNally's only down the road.
Oh, love Lymington. Love Lymington.
You're there every weekend, aren't you?
Huh?
You're in Lymington every weekend, aren't you?
Down there quite a lot. I'm sorry, I'm confused at the reference. What's the?
Because you wanted Phil to buy your 500 series module.
Of course, yes. Oh, there we go, Phil. Sorted.
Yes. Well, there we go. Yeah.
I love Lymington. God, I love Lymington. One of my favourite places. Lake District Ambient Guitar says, thanks, Lee, for talking about this, mate. He has the Sire Blue Tiger S7. Nice.
Right. Very pretty.
My strings are rusty when I got mine, but that might have been that the Sire was sitting in a shipping container for 6 months. Even so, I've never seen. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I've seen like an 80s Squire, 90s Squire turn up with rusty strings when I used to work in a guitar shop. But that's because they used to put crap strings on it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you know, I've known guitar shops where I told you about my story, didn't I? When I went to buy my first guitar, and I snapped the E string, and they weren't going to change it even if I bought the guitar.
Shocking.
Bad form.
A nice one. Not heard about Jet. Yeah. Good evening, chaps. Evening, Lee. Hope you're doing well. Hope
Everyone's.
we were down in Worthing just before COVID hit him. Took the dog for a walk down Ferring Beach. It was lovely.
Nice.
That the Bluebird Cafe, nice. Jeff Rock, well done, Lee Abraham. I've held on to many pieces of gear that I should have returned, only to sell it later at a loss.
It's the way forward.
What is the best Boss delay pedal? I keep hearing you can't beat the DD3. I don't think you can do wrong with the DD3 at all.
Yeah.
Good, depends what you're after. But yes, if you don't mind digital delay, which I think most people use digital delays now.
Mm.
The Stringter and the Reverend guitars are great.
Or
yeah.
as delay.
The Reverend.
Sorry,
yeah. So talking about Jeff's comment.
Yes.
Yeah, the Reverend does have a unique string tree, which it's got like a longer barrel on one end. Really well designed.
As delays go, I think the TC stuff is great.
Yeah,
the flashback stuff. They do a flashback normal, which is a normal size pedal, but the flashback 4 or the alter ego, which you've got, whether you still have it, but you might have sold that. They sound great. Really good, really good delays.
Yes, yeah. Or they do a flashback mini as well, which is like a small one. Really good. Yeah, compares with the Boss stuff, I'd say. Mike's now in the house. Hello, mate.
You're not late. You're never late, mate. You just bang on time.
David Bryce says, well, how much for the Union Jack pillow? It's true, actually. I'm selling everything. I'm just going to end up with like, and I'll sell the studio just like I'll sell the roof on the studio as long as I can buy the matchless.
$3,500 for the pillow.
Yeah. Lake District Ambient guitars. I'll check the Jet guitar out. Nice.
Yeah.
December 2022. Paul says, I'm selling my matchless. I'm trying to find the amp. I'm trying to find my amp. Do you know what I mean? Like the amp that I have for the rest of my life. That's what I want.
See, I had that a couple of 3 years ago with that kit.
Yes.
And genuinely, I was at where was I this week? Oh, it was on Thursday. I went to do some Christmas shopping and happened to, on the way past, pull into my favorite drum shop in the world, and just chatting to the guys there about what's new stuff. He said, "That's a great sounding kit." I said, "Pete, does it sound as good as my Sonar?" And he went, "Nah, probably not."
That's it. And the thing about when you buy these things, I don't think you can buy them blind, can you? I don't think you have to go and. I know I've got to travel up to North Wales to go and try this bloody matchless.
I played that kit for an hour and a half.
But fairly local to you.
Relatively speaking, yeah. I still made it a very late night, and I was like, that's, genuinely, I can say that's the last kit I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
Other than maybe a little gig kit or something, but that's the last proper serious money studio kit. But I mean, it was a lot of money. We're talking more than that matchless by quite a lot.
Really? God.
Yeah. Like it was.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
Exactly.
Not bragging about how expensive you are.
It was that much.
15.
What?
Can't count, mate. I know. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of money. I can't say it out loud. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Wow.
Anywho.
Happy Bee says, thanks for the information regarding the electroacoustic recording. I'm in the studio tomorrow. Nice one, mate. Have a good time.
Okay.
Craig Flowers Music Studio says, look at that. That's a cool gig, isn't it? Like that.
That's a good guitar face, that.
Good. I can't work out if he's completely gold, if his face is gold, or if it's the sunshine that's making him gold.
I think he's all gold. It's like Terry's.
It's all gold. At the studio, at splitter recommendation for a wet dry, usually, but with phase reverse for other wirings like dual mono, because in a studio you never know what setup a song may dictate. So hold on, for wet drive usually, but with phase reverse for other wirings like dual mono. Okay, the one that everyone recommends is the radial.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say splitter, are we talking like an AB box?
Yeah, AB, XY, call it what you will.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
ABY, yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone recommends the Radial, which is I've forgotten. It's about £200, something like that. The one that I bought was an orange detonator, which basically does everything you need. It's got phase reversal. It's got buffered outputs. So you can do all the stuff that you need to do, and I think it was about 80 or 90 quid. Something
Is
like
it
that.
by Orange, the amp company?
Yes. And you know that I've forgotten the guy that who does the orange stuff, but he's a bit of a technical genius.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was really good. It's a really good thing. I sent it back because I didn't need the pedal the pedal board that I was using it for. I decided that I wasn't going to do it, so I sent it back. But it worked really well, and it sounded great.
That was blooming confusing. That pedal board.
Too confusing. It's too confusing.
Yes. Anyway.
Hook 4540. Hey all, thoughts on ambient pedals for kick-starting creativity? Been leaning over the buy button of the Walrus SLO for a few days, but haven't punched a ticket yet.
Oh, that thing. The Lysis. That was so much fun for getting.
I've still got that.
Pardon?
How come you still got that?
Because they haven't asked for it back yet.
Nice.
I know, that's on the board. That thing's amazing. We did a video on it, and it's too much fun.
Yes, that was good. I'm not. I'm a bit sort of traditionalist with stuff like that. I mean, obviously the Strymon stuff is great. I'll just get a multi-effects unit. I don't know the Walrus SLO. Do you know that one, James?
I don't. Walrus effects though, generally pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Really.
Wampler do some crazy stuff. As do what they called? Who does the plumes pedal? Earthquaker. They do some crazy.
Yeah, Earthquaker do
that Earthquaker. What's it called? Oh, hang on a second. I'm gonna have to unplug myself to show you. One sec.
Play some music.
Oh, there it is. Right. Sorry, so nearly there. So we are going to do a video on this pedal at some time soon, because I was actually bizarrely driving along the other night listening to some Steve Vai, and I swear this is how he got one of the effects. This thing is bonkers. This is the Earthquaker Devices Arpanoid. And I swear this was used on a Steve Vai track. And while I was over there, this is the PZ Pre pedal, that I was talking about for acoustics.
Right. Very, very cool pedal. Nice.
It's kind of primarily a live thing, but it works really well for studio as well. So nice.
Yeah, I think all of the above. All of the above. I'm not much of an ambient sort of guitar player, even though I love listening to it.
This thing's cool though. It's mental. It'll take you in some really weird directions. That's what I like about it.
Great.
Anyhow, where were we? John Waller is now in the house as well.
Hi, John. K. Michael P. What the heck, Paul? You have an Amp 1? Yeah, it's not. The Amp 1's fantastic and it's great, but it's not the ultimate amp. It's not. Well, I say it's not the ultimate amp. It is. It's the ultimate amp, as in it's very practical and it sounds fantastic and it's portable and all that sort of stuff. But I want it's like
you want the dream amp, don't you?
That's what I'm saying. The dream amp.
Yeah.
Safety says splitter questions. The Lely. Is it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Lely? Lila.
I think Lily.
Yes, yeah. Really, really good. Quite expensive.
Yes,
but yes, very good. Orange is good stuff. I'll look it up. Thanks. Anytime, mate. Lake District ambient guitars. Miller has some good ambient pedals. Strymon are a bit expensive, but are really good. Big Sky Timeline. Yeah. Top Load Telly is in the house. He says, Julia Rats, Merry Christmas. Since current guitar prices are off the charts, when do you see prices coming back down to earth, if at all? Prices are just stupid right now. They are, aren't they? They are a bit crazy at the moment.
Are they? And it's all supply and demand. At the moment, there is a very high demand and not much supply. Therefore, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's why. Once guitars start coming back, once shipments come through on a regular basis, once you're not waiting 6 months for a car, because unfortunate as it is, the music industry does not take precedence of container ships. It just doesn't.
Should do.
Cars, washing machines, TVs, fridges, that sort of stuff takes precedence over instruments. Shocking as it may seem, which pushes prices up. I think once we get over the winter hump of COVID, and let's face it, that it's a real thing. Once we get over they're trying to avoid the phrase "pingdemic." I particularly liked, where basically the country shuts down not because everyone's got COVID, but they think everyone's got COVID.
Sorry, what's it called?
A pingdemic. You know how everyone's referring. They say, "Oh, I got pinged by the track and trace or test and trace."
Oh yeah.
Even though you don't necessarily have COVID, you've got pinged, so you have to isolate. I know they're changing that now with the fact that you have to do tests rather than isolate, which will hopefully stop supply chains grinding to a halt. It's all about that side of things. While we have COVID around, I think things are going to be challenging, and I think COVID will be around for a while. I don't think it's going away anytime soon, but we all hope that will be the case. I think give it 6 to 18 months, things will start to settle down. Prices will start to come down. It all comes back to big things. I know I am not a strategist or a financial analyst, but when the price of fuel comes down, gas and oil, everything else starts to fall behind it. So, yeah, I'm well out of my comfort zone there, but hey.
Yeah, but I still think there's some bargains to be had.
Oh, the auctions.
Yeah, well, not even that. I just think you've got to look slightly out of the box. I think things like 335s at the moment are just gone through the roof, like second-hand 335s.
Yep.
Through the roof.
Because there aren't any. Because there aren't many. Second-hand car prices at the moment are through the roof because there aren't that many.
Yes. Yeah. Just hang in there and buy another telly.
Yeah.
Buy another top load.
Yeah.
Safety says ambient pedal tip for Hock. Death by Audio's rooms stereo has mod incredible atmospheric reverb. Cheers, Safety. Nice choice. After this, should we do the gear news?
Yes.
And then we'll come back to questions. Lake District ambient guitars, Mua Ocean Machine, which is great and brilliant for ambient stuff. Yeah, that's the who's the old singer out of Steve Vai's band, Second Sex and Religion?
Devin Townsend, who Darby's playing with, who was on a few months ago.
Devin, what a guitar player he is as well.
What a singer, what a guitar player.
I think he's way better than Steve Vai.
I saw him at the Roundhouse a few months ago. Amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Unbelievably good.
We'll sign off this section with this one, which just says, "Ta."
Sorry, thanks for the recommendations. Anytime, mate.
Right. Talk to us about the new gear of the week.
Well, there's not a lot, but I'll show you some business.
Here we go.
I mean, so this has been going around. Have you seen this? So
I have, yes.
So what's your thought about it? Because I'm a little bit torn. I'm a little bit torn because you can see why people are having a go at Eric Clapton because multi-million Eric Clapton is suing someone for listing a bootleg CD on eBay.
No matter what you think of Clapton, she's an idiot for doing it.
Exactly. That's
because it's a bootleg thing. Bootleg equals illegal. It's like trying to sell real books on eBay. The jazz real book. They're not strictly speaking legit publications. This is not a legitimately acquired audio recording. Yeah. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but normally on the back of most gig tickets, and on venues it says things like, audio recording equipment, yada yada yada, prohibited. Any recordings made still belong to, there's all the T's and C's. He is completely and utterly within his rights to do so.
Okay, can I just say the statement that's been put on this? So the CD was bought by the woman's husband in 1987. After her husband's death, the woman listed the CD for sale. Clapton sent Dusseldorf Regional Court an affidavit saying that the recordings were illegal, leading to the court's initial decision in favour of Clapton. This was appealed against by the woman. However, yesterday, the court rejected the appeal. It's a little bit like, I think what he should have done, because I think what he should have done, yes, I get his point.
Let's confirm, though. I suspect Eric Clapton did not do this. Eric Clapton's legal team did this.
He can still say don't do it. He can still say don't do it.
But he probably didn't even know until it got into the papers. Probably his record company stroke legal team. It was a cease and desist, effectively, wasn't it? It's not
cease and desist though.
No, but that's where it would have started, and they went, "Nah, do you know what? We'll take this to town." This wasn't Eric Clapton turning around at some lady in Germany getting nasty. This was Eric Clapton's legal team getting heavy-handed early doors. Now, she obviously thought she had some legs and stupidly took on a record company stroke superhero guitar player's legal team. Idiot. If there's an old joke, isn't there? If Disney issue you a cease and desist, you take everything down instantly that could in any way, shape, or form see Disney getting annoyed with you, because they're one of those companies that they're like a dog with a bone. They don't let go.
Sure, fair enough.
As much as I'm very sorry for this lady who now has to pay Eric Clapton's legal fees, you shouldn't be selling bootlegs. You just shouldn't. As an artist,
I think he should have just gone, look, don't do it again. Don't do it again.
He didn't. He had no idea.
We don't know that. We don't know
that. I would put money on that this has all got out of hand very relatively quickly, and he's going, "Oh, for God's sake, you morons! Like I need the money."
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. That's what I'd like. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I'm a Clapton super fan, and I don't think he would be an idiot. I don't think he'd be a moron to some woman in Germany. I don't think he cares enough. His record company and legal team clearly do.
Okay.
It didn't. The article I read didn't read like it was Eric Clapton doing it maliciously, going, "I'm going to sue her socks off." If I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up. But it didn't. To me, it didn't read like that.
No. Okay. Next one.
Yarp.
So that's what everyone's been talking about. What everyone's been asking for. So the Silver Sky SE. So apparently, PRS are bringing out a Silver Sky SE. That is going to sell like hotcakes.
It's possibly also going to hurt sales of the Silver Sky. I would have thought.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Because Silver Sky's not that expensive as PRS's go.
Silver Sky's £2,400.
Yeah, but the SE is going to be
$1,000.
Yeah, still going to be an expensive guitar.
Yes, yeah, still be an expensive guitar. But yeah, God, I cannot believe, and I said it last week, that video that I did on the Silver Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much people are pissed off about
polarizing opinions.
Yeah, but there's more people that hate the fact that the PRS have copied a Strat than not. It's bizarre for me. Because it's such a great guitar, and people go, "Oh, I'm not. I hate it. The PRS it's a Strat copy," and it's just like
you have to wonder if they'd done a Gibson copy quite so close, would Gibson be all over them like they were with Dean?
Well, they did, and Gibson sued PRS. It's called the lawsuit. Yeah, they did a single cut 245, right. And Gibson sued, and that's changed the design. But that was years ago. But the thing is, things that people don't realise is that no one has a go at Sir for making Strat copies. No one has a go at
I know.
all of the companies. Nash.
Yeah,
all the high-end companies.
I know. I'm aware. It's just just.
Okay, next. Now this I thought was really interesting.
What is it?
It's an acoustic guitar.
Right.
Shall I play the video? Can we play the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? Right.
Ooh. That's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool, and I love the idea of it. I think it's brilliant. I love the touchscreen on it. It's really futuristic. I absolutely love it. The only thing is, that whole advert, there was not one piece of guitar music on that.
Yes, it wasn't exactly demoing the sonics of the guitar, was it?
It's so bizarre, isn't it? It's just like it's almost like a lifestyle brand as opposed to a guitar brand.
Yeah.
Really strange.
Interesting though.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really interesting. I think that's going to be really popular. And the fact that you can record to your phone wirelessly and stuff, I think it's brilliant.
It's going to be.
And how much do you think it is?
Well, I'd like it to be under 500 quid, but it ain't going to be.
Not a chance in hell.
It's going to be two grand, isn't it?
It's $1,000.
Oh, okay.
It's $1,000.
If it sounds good,
yeah,
then it could work. If it's carbon like that, when you've played carbon fiber acoustics and they sounded amazing.
Yeah, so really good.
If they've done a good job on it, then it's a good guitar in its own right, and it's got all this tech in it, that could be amazing. If it's just a very bad guitar surrounded by tech, it ain't going to sell.
Absolutely.
Because you still have to be able to play the thing, and for $1,000, 800 quid, it's got to be a good guitar for that.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting. This was mentioned earlier, the Neural DSP Petrucci thing. I mean, the only thing I find about the Neural DSP archetype plugins is that I just find them a little bit samey.
Yeah.
But so this one's supposed to be the best one yet. Everyone's saying this is the best one yet. And you're the big Dream Theater fan, so maybe you should try it out.
Maybe I should. I'm allergic to amp sim plugins.
Yeah, no, they are good. The new DSP stuff is good. It's really thirsty.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I've got plenty of juice.
Yeah.
The problem is not the amp sim; it's getting your input levels into your interface.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The 11 rack was really good for that.
Yeah.
It was really, really good for that. But it is really hard. It's a really hard thing to do, getting proper instrumental levels into an amp sim, getting it right, getting the impedance matching right. It's really hard.
Yeah. I agree. So
to do it properly is really hard.
So at some point I'll download it and do a demo of it.
Yeah.
Now, Taurus adds an IR loader to its custom edition Stomphead 7 Apogee. Okay, so this is like a Blue Guitar Amp 1 type thing. The only thing about this is, I think it looks like it belongs back in the 80s.
It does look a bit. Do you remember that the Hughes and Kettner valve pedal thing they did? It looks a bit like that.
It does look a bit like that. Yeah, that was I think that was Thomas Blue designed that. That Hughes and Kettner pedal you're talking about, but it's got a 200 watt power stage in it
that nobody needs.
I don't understand. Yeah, why they've done that. It's almost like, oh well, it's got a Class D amp in it, so we'll.
Blue guitar's got 100 watt. We'll have 200.
Yeah, it just feels. Yeah, it's a bit. It's just not needed.
I bet that fan's noisy.
Yeah,
that fan is also, and the fan and all those fins, all those cooling fins, are going to decrease its stage wear ability.
Yeah,
that's a lot of holes.
Yeah.
Beer to get into.
Yeah. Yes, it is, isn't it? It is a lot of holes. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, if that's what you're into, it looks quite metal. I think it's going to be quite metal.
Yeah.
New stereo tremolo pedal from the it's a copy of the Ibanez.
Yeah.
Basically the flying pan. Yes.
Is that a Mickey take from Oriental Languages?
Maybe it is.
Maybe Oriental accents. Oh.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, I thought it looks quite nice and retro. It's weird, isn't it? It's like so many. There's like a complete polar ends of companies doing sort of really retro looking things and company doing ultra modern looking things, and it's sort of like we're in that sort of stage where.
Well, nobody wants to stand still, do you? You either want to look back and embrace the past, or you look forward. To do something of its day isn't really going anywhere, is it?
No. Especially
with pedals, which are so transient, fly by night, all those sort of phrases.
Yeah. And that's it really for me.
Well, it was a good selection. I like that.
Yeah, did my homework. I'm back. Right.
Hooray!
Where are we?
We are about here. Go.
Ryan 13 finally got 2 Katana Mark II 100s. The stereo expanded is intoxicating. Excellent.
It's an awesome. It's the way forward.
Yeah. John Waller, hey, have either of you tried the Roland JC amps? I've just got a JC22 and it's a great living room amp. Plus it's stereo, which may explain why Boss doesn't do a Katana that is stereo.
I think, John, if you were here for the earlier part of the conversation with...
No, John joined a bit late. But...
Yes. Go back and check some of the early conversation. Yes, I'm a big lover of the JC120. I think it's my love of Marillion, which is influencing that. It's one of those amps. It's a one-of-a-kind amp. You don't find people doing copies of a JC120, do you? You find Marshall copies and Fender copies. You don't see.
I think it's because of the stereo power amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a weighty beast as well. I mean, I remember the first time I saw one, I was like, what the hell is this? And then I heard the chord and went, oh. I think it was like 13 when I first heard one. I went, that's a cool noise.
Mm.
Yes, we love things JC, or I do at least. Yeah, Paul has no taste.
The Studio Rats, yes, used prices have increased more than new. Yes, they have, haven't they?
Mm.
Paul, have you considered a hand-built amp, Flint amps in Scotland, or Volt amps by Aston Electronics in Stone?
Or your man at Lazy J?
I'm not a big small 6v6 small tweed sort of fan.
Yeah,
I could have a 6v6. Definitely wouldn't want one of them. Even as fantastic as they sound, it's just not what I'm after. They flub out on the bottom end too much. So John Green recommended that I contact Dennis. Is it Cornell? I could do, couldn't I? The only thing about that is the thing about these really small sort of boutique amps. They're going to cost probably not far off what I'm going to be spending on something like a matchless.
And then the resale values going to fall off a cliff. Whereas if you buy a matchless or a legendary, a Dumble or whatever,
Yeah,
not going to buy a Dumble because you're not actually selling the house.
So Two Rock, yeah, but yeah, tempting. Yeah, I'll have a look at them. Definitely, I'll definitely have a look. LDAG says just got my JC40. Yeah. We talked about that.
Yeah,
great. John Waller, I'm amazed that these amps are covered more.
Yeah.
Top Row Telly says, looking forward to adding the second Artist Mark II for that reason. But it's amazing. Nice one. Yeah, definitely. Matches the Chieftain 2x12, £81. Yes, they're very heavy matches. 3,600 US. Yeah, you get them cheap over there, mate.
Yes.
That'd be nice. Jeff Rock, read the Clapton story. Read the official Clapton Facebook post from today.
Okay, there's an update, is there?
I'd like to read that, yeah, because I don't think it's as yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
Jeff Rock says she was sent at cease and desist, refused, was told by the judge not to pursue, and she wanted to go to court. Also says he has no intention of collecting the costs. He's a good man.
See,
I
gave him the benefit of the doubt. I didn't think he was a old slow hand.
That's right. What is the matter with someone that gets a cease and desist and then decides what? It's a CD. It's a 10 quid CD, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I
was like, a CD. It's like, I'm sure cease and desist. Yeah, but then anyway, moving on.
John Wallace says different market for the SE Silver Sky versus the Silver Sky. Yes, there will be a different market, but there's still those John Mayer fans that can't afford a.
Well, Jeff Rock's got it right.
The SE is a gateway drug. Yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
Isn't PRS the last company to make a Strat type guitar? Possibly. Yeah, I mean everyone. Yeah, there's so many companies out there that make Strat copies, and no one's got
hundreds.
Honestly, if you haven't tried a Silver Sky, it's a fantastic guitar.
Yours does play very well. It played really nicely.
Lee Wild, best affordable reverb pedal that sounds great with a Katana. I wouldn't bother.
Hall of Fame.
If you want to get a separate reverb pedal, but the reverb that's in the Katana is great.
Yeah, Hall of Fame though, the TC, the red one. Even the Hall of Fame Mini is really good.
And that's affordable, definitely. Both of those are affordable. David Bro says, I tried to find out how to get a Jet in the US. The company told me to look on Reverb.
That's hilarious.
See, I'm just going to refer to Lake District Ambient Guitars from now on.
LDAG.
Great advert, but you don't hear the guitar. Yes, that carbon guitar. Yeah,
I like this.
Guitar ad with that guitar sounds. Yeah. Hock says, Lee Build, I've got a TC Electronic Hall of Fame original that sounds good in the loop of my Katana 2 head. You can get them cheap on the used market. Yeah, there's loads of them about.
Yeah.
Oodles of them. Lava should have sold the idea to Apple. It would sell then. Yes. That would have been a good, that would be a good.
A licensing deal for them would have been amazing.
I think it's the guitar version of the Sinclair C5. It'd be interesting to see. Yes, what it does, but I think that would look cool in a house. If you've got one of those sort of minimalistic houses, and you want a guitar in the house, I think it's cool.
Yes, I'm just scrolling through because they're chatting amongst themselves.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I have the radio AB1 is bulletproof. Excellent. Yes, they are very good. The radio ones are, but they're just more expensive than the orange, and they don't do anything different or sound any better. But yes, they're really good stuff. Bruce says, Paul, I used to be a guitar snob also, but then I wasn't. Now I totally am again. What's the point of collecting guitars if they're not collectible? James, I also have a 72 thin line reissue. Love it. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, life is short and all that.
Yeah.
What about Mike says, what about Rift amps? Yeah. Rift is, I think Rift is probably one of those boutique amp builders that I'd have a look at, probably because the thing is, so Anderton stock Rift.
The problem is here, and I'm going to say this as your friend.
Me?
I'm going to say this as your friend and as someone who, I'll listen to people's advice, but I still know what I want. You know what you want. You want either the Matchless or the Two Rock.
Yeah.
You're not sure between those two. And like me, when I was on like 335s and everyone's coming out, try the Eastman, try this, try that. No, I want a 335. At the moment, I've got a very close approximation, but I want a 335.
The thing about the thing is, I can't go to a shop and go and try out a Matchless and a Two Rock at the same time.
You can't A/B them, can you?
No, because there's no shops that sell Matchless and Two Rock.
Who sells Two Rock?
Peach.
Oh, really? Okay.
Peach Coda also sell Two Rock.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Ryan 13 says, I agree. James, Hall of Fame 2 works great with the Cannons. Or any amp for that matter. Nice.
You don't have to tell me.
Me?
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
But many shops will do approval. You buy something on approval. So if you could find someone to ship you a Two Rock and someone to ship you a Matchless, and you could have it at the same time, and then only pay for one. So if your credit card limit could pay for both, and then send one back.
Do you know what? I haven't even got a credit card. I don't use credit cards.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't like debt. I don't like debt. The only debt I've got is my house.
Yeah, we've all got that.
Yeah. That's a good idea though. But you're talking about amps that weigh. I mean,
yeah, but they're not going to ship it in a cardboard box. Actually, I suppose they did ship. Who was it? Whoever was it? GAK who sent you that in the cardboard box with holes in.
That bad cat was just shoved in a cardboard box. It was rattling around. Yeah, and that was her. That's the other thing. Bad cat. The thing about bad cat is a bad cat should be as good as a Matchless.
Didn't sound like a Matchless to me.
I think there's something wrong with that amp.
Yeah.
Anyway. See that amp, that bad cat amp. That was the start of this. That was the start of this whole thing.
This disease, this fever.
It is. And the thing is, I quite like it, and I think I'll be disappointed when I do find it. Do you know what I mean? Because the thrill of the chase.
Yeah. just buy a big old SLO 100 and have done with it.
Cowboy Studios. Boss RV6 is always a winner if you need a reverb pedal. Yes, I agree with that. It's a good pedal. Top Load says, just repaired a UK-built Laney VC30 2x10 for a friend that sounds amazing. There's something in the 210s that really rocks. Do you have any experience with Laney amps? Yeah, absolutely. Laney amps are great.
I did some recording with the Lionheart, which is the Tony Iommi signature, and that sounded amazing. The Lionheart?
They do a Lionheart. I don't know if that's
it's a beast. It's an absolute. I mean, it's got metal flight case handles built into the.
It's not called the Lionheart. It's called. Oh, I can't. Anyway, yes, but they do a Lionheart.
Yeah, it's a beast, an absolute beast, and it sounded great. But it's not your sound.
No.
Now I know why Mike is suggesting Koch, because he's got one, and I remember trying to move it around his studio and nearly dislocating my shoulder on this thing.
The thing is, all of these amps are though, all of these these the Koch amps, the boogies, the matches,
they're all heavy.
They're all weigh a ton. They all do weigh an absolute ton because I think they've all got sort of steel chassis and stuff.
Yeah. Is it Koch or Koch?
It's Koch.
Okay, sorry for the mispronunciation there, people.
That's right. Yeah, I think that those cock amps are really good. No real resale value, definitely. Not that I want to resell it. I don't want to. I just want to find out the perfect amp. But yes, it's a really good choice, especially the Greg Koch, because funny enough, Koch amps do a Greg Koch.
So it's not the same company, but they do a signature of the guy.
Yes, yeah. It's called I think it's called the Greg. I think it's called.
That would make sense.
Yes. Yeah. So I've had a Friedman. So that's the other choice. So there's on
But
eBay.
you've never got on with them.
No. I've never really got with Friedman guitars because they're not built. There's always something wrong with them. So, but there's a small box 50 combo,
right,
on eBay at the moment. I'm like, ooh, it's like the ultimate Marshall. That is the ultimate Marshall.
Yeah.
The small box 50 is just hands down.
Matt, I've just posted the links, so if you do want to come in and join us, make it snappy because we're getting towards the end. Just so you know.
Bruce says, Paul, you already have a katana, no need for anything else.
Truthfully, on a gig, nobody would care.
I care.
Apart from you, and that's a huge thing. Don't get me wrong. I could turn up with a Pearl Export on a gig and nobody would care.
No.
I would care.
Yeah.
So there is always a little bit of you do this for yourself as much as you do for anybody else. And at this point, we are joined by Matt Wright.
Matt's in the house. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Good evening.
Look at the studio.
Right.
It's all done.
Yeah, no. So this was the garage, James.
Oh,
I can remember. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Nicely done.
It looks great, doesn't it?
So yeah. So that was these were the bass traps you told me to put in the back, and
They look
then
nice, didn't they?
I don't know how to spin round the. Can I spin the camera? Oh no, that's turned me on. Oh. I don't know whether I can spin. I think I can spin the camera around. I have to walk. Anyway.
There we go.
Right. So
Turn the camera around the other way. And then I guess you can't see what you're looking at.
I was trying to. Oh, I see. If I actually hold, if I hold the iPad the other way around, I can't see anything. But yeah, so that's the back wall anyway. As you come
Nice.
That looks great, doesn't it?
These are nice and deep. And
they look great as well.
That's my Johnny Marr wall.
Nice.
And then
the all-important producer sofa at the back.
That's right. And then there's my Martin guitar in there.
Oh, nice.
Actually spin it round.
Oh, look at this lot.
Oh, that's a proper man cave.
Yeah. So these are my talking amps. There we go.
You got a deluxe. Oh, did you sell your orange in the end?
So that's a 64 deluxe, and
Nice.
then there's a Princeton next to it,
Nice.
and then that's my Martin D28, and I got it's a 56 gold top.
Nice.
With P90s. Nice.
And then this one's for you, James.
Oh, look at that.
Is that a 5.5?
So it's 1966 355, yeah.
Nice.
And then Brecht 6120.
That's really nice. Is that the Chet Atkins?
Yeah, that's right. The 59
Nice.
vintage select. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Plays really well, that one. And then this was my newest acquisition.
Oh, that's nice. Is that a penguin?
So it's a George Harrison tribute duo jet from 2011.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
And it was actually, I knew the guy who I bought it from is a good friend, and it was like it never been played. It had got the cellophane on it.
Oh.
That's the thing I saw the other day on Facebook was a guy showing off his PRS Santana, and he says, look, it's even still got the cellophane on it, which is basically the fingerboard protector.
Yeah.
A bit of foam that's stuck around it that he's never taken off, and he's holding it and he's playing a chord on it underneath past the
No.
What are you doing, man? Just take it off.
Yeah, I took the cellophane off, and it had the little plastic bit on the Bigsby as well, and I took that off.
Yes, nice.
I was tempted to leave it on for tonight for a Spinal Tap moment, but I didn't.
Yeah, don't even look
Bruce
at
has just put, Matt, what's your address and when will there be nobody there?
that.
And there's my telly,
Nice.
and then the Johnny Marr Jag,
Nice.
and then a 1990s Strat.
Nice.
But that's a little Japanese Strat. And then here I've got a little Fender Champ,
Oh,
Is that the Clapton one?
which is the Clapton one with the vibrato on it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
nice.
And then next to it is a hand-wired 59 twin, low power. Yeah.
Oh,
He likes
Yummy.
a Fender amp, does Matt?
Sorry.
He likes a Fender amp, does
I
Matt?
do. I do like a Fender. But the one I want's the matchless, like you're talking about. And
Oh, which one? Which one are you after?
to be honest, I'd kind of like any of them, but I'd probably like the HC15.
Oh.
I think the 30 would just be too much, too loud.
They're beasts. They're absolute beasts.
But they sound
beautiful
sound
job on the
amazing.
room, though.
Yeah, and then just here, then I've got, this is my there we go. So I've got my aux, which I attenuate through in the Apollo, and then what I'm going to do with these pedals, my idea is that I've got a pedal board down here,
Yeah.
and it's got if you can see this. Oh, what have I done now?
We're still here, or you're still there at least.
Have you gone? I think he's gone.
Okay, I thought I could hear him.
Matt, can you hear us? No, he's
No,
gone.
he's
Okay,
gone.
he can come back.
Yeah.
Let's move on, then we'll.
Oh, Matt's back. Hang on. He's back. You're back.
Back. You there? Matt?
You're live to the world, to the interwebs.
No, I think he's having problems. Okay, let's move on. Matt can let's try again because it's getting on a bit.
Yes. Cowbell says,
Any news on the Ivy Road studio build? A bit late to the show tonight.
the news is that I have to wait for 4 months for the planning appeal to go through. So I should hear on the 2nd of February should be the date. At that point, if I get the okay, I'll place an order for a building, and then it's a 5-week lead time to get the base done and get the guys on site. But it's 2nd of February, and it's a waiting game now. There's nothing else I can do. My solicitary type chap, my legal representation is on the case. So,
That's nice.
Matt, nod if you can hear us still, and if you're back in business. I'll try adding him to the stream, see how we get on.
Yeah, let's see if we're getting again. Can you hear us, Matt?
Hello,
No,
Matt, you there?
no, he's not there.
You can't hear
Hello.
us.
No.
No, not going to work.
Okay.
That was
Oh
tight.
well, it's a shame. Matt, next week, join us next week. You can show us the rest of it next week. It looks amazing.
Yes, it does look really, really cool. I think we should. There's quite a wrecking crew going in between David Brose and Bruce Brooks. Between the two of them, I think they're renting a truck.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I guess that's us done.
I think it is. Thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Lee and to I've forgotten who else who joined us.
And are we doing next week then? Are we going to do it?
Yeah, we'll do next week. Yeah, I think so. We'll do a crimbo limbo for all the guys and girls out there who've had enough of Baileys, mince pies, turkey, and general Christmas hilarities. We'll we'll call it. We'll do something fun.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have a couple of drinkies going as well.
Yes, indeed. Thanks to everyone tonight. It's been great fun as usual. So thanks to everyone who's joined us. Have a fantastic Christmas or whatever holiday season it is that you celebrate out there in the real world. Have one on us, have a good one. And we will see you for some Crimbo Limbo action next Wednesday, where Paul will once again be telling you about the dilemmas of which amp he doesn't want to buy. So from myself and my colleague, Mr. Drew, we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Happy Christmas and good night.
Merry Christmas. Have a good one.